Hello, everyone. We're back after a week break to continue this story, The Farthest Thunder, and Alien RPG. We will be short one player at least for a little while as he has a prior engagement. Hopefully, he'll be able to join us later on. But in the meantime, I will do a quick recap. It's been a couple of weeks. You guys might have to help me out here. Um, um, so you guys have escaped the Yanla, the great mothership, within which there seems to be a troublesome android who wants to stab people with black goo. Um, but you managed to escape with Throop and her 3 ships. You have arrived here um, on Dylan Colony. One thing I might not have made clear when you guys arrived here. What you're seeing here on this map, this is not Dylan Colony. This is where the survivors live. And I'll explain that to you as to why and what happened when we get into the game tonight. But you found this surviving community high above a jungle, steaming hot jungle on these six, 6 high mesas rising up above the jungle. A small community, maybe 1,000 to 2,000 people. It's not that small, but this used to be a colony of 90,000, and this is all that's left. Um, you have 4 days to stop, resupply, maybe drop off a couple people. Andrea and Captain Lynn wanted to stay with this colony, and then move on before the Great Mother Mission is supposed to arrive, if it still exists. Um, when you arrived on another plateau. The one, oops, um, down here, because you didn't want to crush the crops when you first arrived. Uh, when you landed, you were immediately surrounded by, you later learned to be, ferals, other survivors of Dillon Colony that chose not to join those who came into this dwellers camp, but chose to remain on the jungle floor instead. And for some reason, they seem to have regressed, lost the ability to communicate, at least not your knowledge anyway. And they also seem to have become cannibals. Uh, they surrounded your ship, tried to parlay with them, offer them a Snickers bar before you engage with them, scared off by villagers who came to rescue you and invited you, in fact, land within their camp, where you landed up here this year, and meet the leaders, because they are very interested in meeting these off-worlders. They have been in isolation for 5 years.
So, just to clarify, I don't know if we all caught all that. Your mic's cutting out a lot. Something's
Was
going
it?
on.
Yeah, it's in and out.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just double check. Source here. For that.
That sounds much better.
Odd. All I did was move my mic. Might be a
That's
loose
much
connection.
better.
Okay. Thanks.
maybe just quick recap what you were just saying.
Again?
Much shorter, much shorter.
Yeah, recap the recap for us, really
Recap
quick.
the recap.
Yeah.
All right. You guys were flying through space, escaping Great Mother Mission, crazy android. You guys landed on this planet, found some cannibals. Cannibals got scared away. Villagers brought you to their little community here on these mesas. There we go. In 10 seconds. You quickly learn that there are some politics here. There's this used to be a Weyland-Yutani colony. And there seems to be a council of elders that run this place. Most of them seem happy that you have arrived. Some of them seem suspicious. And it seems as though you're not the first people to crash or land on their planet, because they have in this refugee camp an individual that crashed not a couple days before you guys arrived. He was apparently the sole survivor. They rescued him and brought him back here, and they're not quite sure what to do with him. Some of the leaders think that he is harmless and needs help. He should be brought into the community. Others don't trust him. He is apparently a former member of a cult called the Children of the Two Divines, who you recall something Frank mentioned back on Baxter's Reach. Apparently, this is a cult that worships or deifies these xenomorphs. They believe that the xenomorphs are the next evolution of humanity. And apparently they strive to achieve that form. But this individual here, his name being Chikondi, wants nothing to do with him anymore. He has seen the horrors that the Children of the Two Divines has inflicted on other colonies, and he wants no part of it. So he's seeking refuge here. Aiko, you have engaged with him. He entreats upon you to help him get out. If it were up to Vidan, he thinks Chikondi is worth saving, but it's not up to him. It's a council that needs to agree, and there's a bit of a stalemate going on. You also have a little bit of a groupie in Yen Yamada, a youngish Gen Z type young woman who is very ambitious, whose parents were high-level corporate Weyland-Yutani executives, and who she has kind of inherited that title from them. The others, with the exception of South, were brought to the meeting house by Zuma Tibandi. At first, very suspicious of you, very suspicious of the refugee. She thinks that you are a danger to this colony and wants you gone ASAP, because she feels that you are only going to bring more trouble. And up here, we have South. Stayed behind to watch the supplying of the ship and look over the goods and the trade agreement that you guys had made with one Leonard Lespera, working man kind of elder, who, when we last left off, South, you noticed some armed men boarding the wicket. And it seemed like Leonard was trying to distract you as that happened. One other thing, you guys, back in the meeting house, you guys had agreed to investigate the ship that had crashed that brought the refugee, because apparently there is a transponder on there still signaling its location, and she wants it shut off before anyone else finds it. All right. I think that's it.
Who wants the
anything?
transponder shut off?
Zuma Tibandi.
Got
This
it.
woman here. All right, so I'm going to start with you folks in the meeting room. That would just be Otmar, Gideon. And Megs is there too, but since she's not here, we'll just start with the two of you. Just gonna fix you a lot more. Your little kilter. There you go. Juma says, you can leave at first light. It's about a day's journey from here. It's actually near the original colony, which has become uninhabitable. One day we hope to return to it. But you might have noticed when you arrived a strange smell on the jungle floor. That is in fact phosgene gas. And with prolonged exposure, it can put you into a coma or worse. The pharaohs seem to have developed some sort of immunity to it, but we are not. And that's why we live atop these mesas. But that gas rendered the colony unlivable because our atmospheric unit, the one that cleansed our colony of this gas, broke down. And none of us here have the skills to repair it. But I see you came on what looks to be a recovery vessel. Perhaps there's people amongst your crew who could repair.
Depends on what it is, but maybe.
It's an air processing unit. It is large and complex, and nobody here remembers or knows how to fix it. But if we could fix it, we could get off this god-awful plateau and live back in this colony like proper people.
Can you show me what it looks like? Either with something in a book or draw it or a map? I don't know.
Of course. She rummages through a filing cabinet behind her and pulls out a map.
Need token visibility.
Yeah, I can't see it
Thank
either.
you.
Every time it happens to me a bunch too in Fallout. I'm like, you guys see this? Nope. All right.
She pulls out the map and says, so our colony used to be 90,000 people. When our atmospheric processor broke down, there was first confusion and chaos. There was division amongst our colony as to what we should do. We didn't have the necessary tools to repair it. Some felt they should stay in the colony. Others decided to leave. Others decided, and those who left went in two directions. Those who decided to live on the jungle floor, and then there are those of us, the former leaders of the colony, who led a bunch of refugees to these plateaus that you see now. The ship that crashed is very close to the colony. It actually hit a cliff quite hard. There's not much left of the ship, and that's why it's not surprising that we only found the one survivor. He had made some sort of camp for himself here when we found him. So I know you have agreed, first of all, to turn off that transponder, but if you are able, if you could go to the atmospheric processor, repair it, and turn it back on, there should still be enough power to turn it. We shut it off because it was not working. But their power, the fuel should still be there.
That's very helpful. Thank you.
Of
Y'all
course.
got some kind of a vehicle? can
No,
use-
no vehicles. Everything we travel by foot here. The jungle is far too thick, and with the gas, we can't stay on the jungle floor long enough to clear a path, let alone a road.
Might be best
Especially
for
with
us
the
to
trails.
take the ship then.
Yeah, I think I'm not quite sure where you might be able to land. I'm sure you'll be able to find it. You're a skilled pilot. I'm sure you could land it someplace
We'll have to
nearby.
discuss it.
I have a quick question though.
Mhm.
Do you know what happened exactly? Like, how did it stop working?
It was maybe 10 years, 10 years after the isolation that things started to fall into disrepair. People were getting scared. Many people gave up. With our supplies running low, we depended heavily on external supplies. We were a mining facility. We were not agricultural. We couldn't grow crops here. We were heavily dependent upon external supplies. And when those supplies dried up, our colony dwindled. That included supplies to maintain and operate the facilities.
Was the gas here when the colony was built?
Yes, it's always been here.
So the processor was designed to mitigate the gas, and that's what failed.
Precisely. And you'll see, you can tell by these lines as she kind of traces the lines leading from the processor. Those are pipelines leading into the city to clear the phosgene from our colony.
Got it.
I don't see why we can't at least give it a shot.
See what we encounter out there, but it seems like it could be worth something to you, and we're here to exchange value.
I-
What we're trying to say, beginning.
If you have the skills, as you claim you do, as well as a ship and a crew, this colony could really benefit your addition.
We'll see about that.
Please think about it.
Not get ahead of ourselves. Got a whole lot of work to do before talk about things like that.
I'm afraid that with you say you were from the Middle Heavens. No, you're from Baxter's Reach, another colony that experienced isolation. But there is a. Did you guys actually hold on? I'm gonna think. Did you guys actually tell her about the Great Mother mission?
I think so.
We told someone, I don't know if it was. We were definitely cagey about it, yeah.
We said
Yeah,
there
I
was
remember
someone coming
Ico was
behind.
trying to.
It was the other guy who kind of at the ship. So Ico started bullshitting him, and I think Otmar gave like a light summary of what happened.
I think more that we were trying to stay a step ahead of somebody else more than the details of somebody else.
She says, I know. You did tell her about Baxter's Reach, though, the fact that it was destroyed,
Nuked.
nuked. It's just, I know you are without a home, and I know you are running something. I'm usually quite wary of people who come to our colony. As I mentioned before, it's usually cultists or raiders, but you seem like neither. If you agree to stay with us and help us, maybe we can help with those who pursue you.
Maybe so. That'd be real nice.
Think about it. I believe Vidan wishes to throw a dinner in your honor tonight. It's a bit much. I'm not in favor of all this fanciness, but he feels it necessary to welcome you properly. You're free to stay within one of the cabins out here, and she kind of like gestures to like an empty like cabin out here. When dinner comes, please join us in the roundhouse. I'm gonna allow you guys to refer to this map anytime. So you can refer back to Dylan Colony if you like.
Thank you.
Okay. Aiko. As you stand there, and Vidan is trying to usher you back to the meeting house, and says, he's actually addressing Chikonde at this time, and he kind of walks up to him and says, Mr. Okafor, if it were up to me, you would not be behind these bars. You would be a welcome member in our community. Our numbers are dwindling, and you look strong and able, and we could use every person we can to help our community grow. But it's not up to me. Mr. Kimura, perhaps you did say you were from Wayland Yutani.
Yes, I was a president. Still am.
Then perhaps. Oh, and you have proof of these credentials.
The last I have was of my vice presidency. I had just gotten a promotion, so I don't have all the paperwork, but I have my vice presidency.
If you could perhaps speak to the other council elders, convince them that this is in Wayland Yutani's best interest and therefore theirs.
Well, let's do a little demonstration. I want you to open the gate. You're going to stand behind me. We're going to show them that he's safe.
He looks at you, but the council is more than just me. Yen, of course, will vote with me, but there are two others.
Is anyone higher than a president, though?
He looks at you, looks back at Chikonde, and I'm going to have you make a manipulation roll.
One.
I'm waiting for the push, man.
Not that important yet. There will be time.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kimura. As much as I would like to, I cannot. Not until I have the at least conferred with the other elders. It would be disrespectful to do otherwise.
Yeah, and I'm very disappointed how things are run around here. It seems like there's no respect for leadership.
Yen steps forward and says, Yudan, he is a president of Wayland Yutani. He is our superior. And he's an off-worlder, and he's coming with more help. If we don't show him some semblance of cooperation at this critical juncture, we risk alienating them. I will let you roll one more die,
Like a single D6.
single D6.
Oh!
Vidan looks at Yen. Of course, you're right. And there are two of us here. I guess that is quorum. Very well. Mr. Okafor, I apologize for detaining you in such a manner. Please, welcome to our camp. And he opens the door, and Chikonte steps out and immediately moves to you, Aiko, to shake your hand.
So Aiko's going to give him a firm grip, and he's going to whisper in his ears, you stay close to me and you don't say a word unless I tell you to.
Of course. Thank you.
Aiko's going to...
You will protect me.
Aiko's just going to scowl at him like, why are you... Aiko's also he's gonna like reach around, see if he's got like some sort of like, I don't know, like a Wayland and Yutani pin or something in his pocket, and he's gonna pin it on Jan's like shirt there. Job.
He's beaming with pride.
It's not even necessarily like a Wayland Yutani thing. It might have been like a vendor like sales pin or something like that, but it looks cool.
All right. And so Vidan will usher you all back towards the meeting area. All right. So I'm going to put you over here. I'm going to go up to south now. So you have just seen out of the corner of your eye a number of armed men enter the wicket.
Leonard, what are those men doing? I have a sneaky suspicion you're trying to distract me from something.
South, can you roll a d6 for me, please? Evens, peaceful, odds, violence. Oh, you rolled two.
I don't know why I
of them.
did roll two.
Well, I'm going to make you re-roll just one d6.
Both.
Odds, violence. You hear the sound of gunfire erupt from within the wicket.
Is
Can you
Throop
make
she's
an
still on the wicket,
observation?
right?
Yeah, Throop is still on the wicket. Can you make an observation check for me, South? Your
Really?
attention is momentarily distracted as you look back towards the wicket when you hear gunfire from inside of it. the pop, 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 pop. And when you turn around, you see Leonard pointing a pistol at you. I'm sorry, friend. We are a
Really?
colony in need, and you have what we want.
You know, I'm getting real tired of people pointing pistols at me. What's the move here? Just gonna scrap everything off the ship? I mean, I thought we were here to help you.
We will escort you to our camp. We will inter you there until we know what to do with you. But we need this ship. And we need the tools aboard it.
So let me ask you this: what do you plan to do with the others?
With the what?
The others,
The others?
the meeting house.
They'll be held as guests within our camp as well. I assure you,
mean-
please, this can all be resolved peacefully. Just please do as we ask.
So, as guest, is that a loose term for prisoner, or
For the interim, at least, until we know who you are, where you're from, and the value of your ship.
I'm pretty sure you know who we are. That was the whole point of the others going to the meeting house, was to figure all that out. Are you working alone? Do the others know you're doing this?
The others are fools.
I think at that point, South is going to do some pocket sand. uh, I think he will try to. Uh, uh, Try to maybe just run past him or charge him while he's, or maybe no way I can distract him. There's nobody else there. I'm the only one there. I know. That's
You're
right.
in the middle of a big field, and you are a very long distance away from the only way off that Misa, which is a bridge.
Okay, South will just kind of throw his hands up. All right. I promise you,
Thank
though,
you.
you will regret this.
I hope I will. You seem like good people.
Why
And
are
you
you
can
holding me
see
at gunpoint?
it is for our own safety and my colony's safety. And you can
Oh.
see deboarding from the wicket the rest of the crew. There's only like 2 or 3 others, I think, left on board. Captain Throop and a couple of others, Mitch being one of them. You see Mitch is wounded quite badly. As they're kind of like he's kind of between Throop and another crew member as they kind of help him down.
So, this is how you treat good people then? Storm the ship, guns blazing, don't ask questions. Take what's yours. The lady, she said, scavs and cultists were the only people that landed here, but I got a weird feeling that you might be scavengers.
I'm sorry for your friend's injuries. It's unfortunate. We'll make sure he gets the proper medical attention.
Appreciate that if the rest of the crew stays alive.
And he will escort you by gunpoint or at gunpoint back towards here. Now, those of you in the meeting room and Aiko, you all would have heard the unmistakable sounds of gunfire.
Yeah, Otmar will be up and at him.
Same with Gideon. He would be out of there.
Captain Lin will accompany you. Andrea is going to stay behind. Aiko?
He's actually going to look at Condi and be like, "Is this your crew? Have they arrived or something?"
When you look back at Chikondi, there's absolute terror on his face. He runs for the closest thing he can hide behind, crouches behind it, kind of buries his head in his hands.
Yed, who's the most important person here?
What, like amongst you?
In the colony.
Probably the elders, but they seem equal.
Where are they?
Well, you're talking to Vidan. He's one. Yen is another. Zuma was with the others here, and Leonard back here. So there are 4 of them.
Sorry, where's Leonard? Oh, Leonard's one of the elders.
Yep.
Aiko is going to try to usher in kind of a command Yen, Vidan, and Zuma to go into the roundhouse.
Zuma's not there. She's gone.
Oh.
She's left.
Okay, he's going to tell Yen and Vidan we need to go to cover into the roundhouse, and he's going to kind of grab Chikondi along the way.
You're going to try and force Chikondi to come with you?
Yes.
All right. That's going to be close combat check for me, please, because he's going to resist. You reach down and grab him by the arms to try and yank him behind you, and he just wrenches himself away from you. So, no, she's after me. She's coming. You must all run.
Can I try to issue a command like pull yourself together?
Yep, go ahead and make a command.
Okay, I will use my born leader to use manipulation as the backup role. My favorite perk. Yeah.
All right. So you kind of snap him out of this panic state he is in. You can still see he's heavily stressed, but he's looking at you a little more clear-eyed.
Aiko's gonna rush everybody over there and try to start working on some kind of barricade. Is there any weaponry that he sees along the way by any chance, like a gun on a shelf or a spear or something?
No. Nothing here. At this point, you would see like Gideon, Otmar, and Captain Lin like coming out of the meeting house. Meg's probably behind them. They're all kind of gathered in this square called Nabo. You can see Gideon and Otmar racing for the rope bridge.
Can I try to quickly grab Gideon for a split second before she takes off, just to whisper something to her?
Yeah.
Sorry, just to whisper something to him.
You're kind of still far. You're like a good 20 meters away from him. You could
Oh yeah,
feel
kind
it.
of
So Gideon, yeah, you see Aiko coming up this little street with a few other folks.
What, Aiko, what? Did you not hear that? We gotta go.
I think something's up. I'm gonna take these guys hostage. They just don't know it.
Okay, you know what? Fine. Do whatever the fuck you want. I'm out.
All right. So hold on. Aiko, you ran up to Gideon to tell him this up
Yes.
close. Okay. Chikande is not with you.
Well, I was gonna try to either like do that beforehand, but if we need to do it after, that's fine.
Bidan and Yen are going to come with you. So I'm going to say Megs. I don't want to get Megs killed. Well, he's not here. The Meg's going to hang back just this one time. So it's this group here is running towards the bridge. Chikande, unless you physically drag him, he will not come.
Well, I want to take everybody to the roundhouse.
Oh, back this way.
Yeah, to where
Behind
so we
you.
can form a
Okay.
barricade.
To safety.
I see.
To a
Okay.
tactical headquarters of strategic importance.
I don't think there's any pipes for you to scream in the roundhouse. There might be.
Not
All
there's any lockers either.
Aiko, you're going to hang back. You're going to go the other way. If you're running the other way, Chikande will follow you.
Yeah, that's the point. I'm trying to get them in a hostage held situation.
And Yen will come with you.
With what guns, though? I don't have any guns.
They don't know they're my hostages yet.
Bidan is going to go with Gideon, Otmar, and Captain Lin. He's concerned. He'll call back to Yen and says, take Mr. Kimura and Chikande to safety. I'm going to go check what this is about.
Could Aiko grab Mags and Andrea then and bring him with him?
Sure.
That's a safer place, and plus Mags has a gun, so that's kind of nice.
All right. So let's say Megs is with you. So you guys are making your way to Roundhouse. And at the same time, you guys are making your way this way.
As we're there, we're starting to like either barricade or put stuff. I mean, we could cut the rope, but we don't want to do that yet. But we're barricading the entrance.
So you all kind of meet here on the center island. There are a number of guards here. These are all armed with Leonard. And there is Captain Throop. You see South being held at gunpoint, being marched towards you along with your crew members. You see Mitch wounded, kind of like being held up by Captain Throop and the crew member. And Leonard stops, and you hear Vidan kind of step forward and say, Leonard, what is the meaning of this? And Leonard says, had to be done. I know you wouldn't have the balls to do it.
Otmar would walk directly up to him.
There is one of these guards will try and put themselves between you and him.
He's going to push him out of the way and keep walking to Leonard.
All right, make a close combat check for me, please.
While this is going on, can I go and try and help Mitch since he's wounded?
Okay.
I'm going to push the roll, but I'll wait for that.
Yeah, he got no successes, so you want to push?
Yeah. Oh wait, I rolled for the guard there. Sorry. Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, so it's a bit of a
we're in a stalemate, so someone else can go.
yeah. So the two of you are just kind of facing off. Gideon, you're trying to run past him to get to Mitch. Can you make a manipulation check for me, please?
Oh man, I have to do my worst one. Oh, never mind.
You look harmless enough that Leonard kind of lets you approach Mitch. But he says, he's like, keep an eye on him. as like one of the guards is like right beside you with the gun.
So this is going down south. We'll say to the crew, they're scrapping the ship, taking it all.
Otmar will say to the guy, "Get off me or you'll be first."
Vidan steps forward, raises his hands. Now, Tim, there's been enough violence here. We are not like the Ferals. Leonard,
Looks pretty
I'll
similar
take
to me.
Just stop this madness. They are our guests. Leonard says, well, guests with a lot of tools in the ship. Guests more like strangers. We had a cultist just land here a couple of days ago now. Apparently someone's after him, and perhaps some people are after these folks too. Now, we don't need any trouble. So I say we take what we can from this ship. Get them back on that tin can and get them off this island. None of us here can fly that thing even if we wanted to. It's no use to us. But the supplies on there are.
There's not enough supplies on there to help you. That's why we came to you, is to trade supplies that we needed.
Otmar's still trying to get to him. He's ready to resort to violence. He doesn't think that they're going to have a better chance than they have right now. So he's fired up.
All right. Leonard sees Otmar, this big guy, pushing up fearlessly against one of his armed guards. Let's just put our guests in the refugee camp, shall we, Vidan? And we can discuss this then. Vidan says they're not refugees. They're not prisoners. They're our guests. Lynch, no. Got this all wrong, Vidan. It's your soft heart, your naivete that's going to get us all killed. Now I got the guns. I got the ship. And these folks will stay in the refugee camp until we know what to do with them.
So what's the plan? Just every ship that lives there, you just hold them captive? I mean, like you said, no one can fly the ship. No one can fly the damn thing. So you're all still stuck here as far as I'm concerned.
Leonard says, yeah, and that's our lot here. This is our home. And I'll do anything I have to do to protect it. I believe that the tables were turned and strangers landed at Baxter's Reach. You would do the same.
So is Otmar about to knife this guard? He's not being taken prisoner.
Do you want to?
He would push him away, and if the guard makes a move, he would start it.
All right. No, it's a bit
nobody's calming him down. You know, Vidan's like, oh, let's not fight, but that's not working on him. Not very convincing.
All right.
Can I try something?
Sure.
I guess Gideon's just gonna turn to later like, we were literally about to help y'all. We were gonna try and help y'all stop that transponder in the crash ship, and we were about to try and help y'all with your processor thingamabob. And this is what y'all gonna do? Really?
And it says, how do you know about the transponder?
Why do y'all think we weren't in the meeting? We were in the meeting house. What was her name? Zuma told us all about that. And we said we would help.
Fucking hell. giving all our secrets up.
Y'all are too
Listen.
stupid to figure it out on your own. Uh-oh.
All right, I'm going to let one of the three of you, probably not Otmar since you're in a belligerent mood, make a manipulation check. See if you can convince
Voice of
Leonard to
reason.
stand down.
My manipulation is 0.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
you get
only have a
mags.
1.
And
Where's
you'll get
Max
whoever's
when
rolling
you're-
will get one extra die.
Okay. I guess I'll roll since I have the higher.
Yeah, I have 2 in empathy.
Not
so.
by much. Okay, so roll that. Oh crap! I forgot to add the 1.
Leonard looks at you, looks at Otmar, ready to explode. Fucking hell. And he looks at Vidal and says, "You're an idiot." He puts his gun away and tells his men to stand down. This isn't going to end well. Mark my words. And he marches off. His men.
You know, the least they could do is help us load the ship back onto the ship. Took off. Fucking prick.
Go ahead and make a medical aid check, Gideon.
Okie dokie. Oh, that's something I'm actually kind of good at. Thank you.
Oh my gosh,
Never
you guys
mind.
are rolling like garbage tonight.
I'm gonna push. Okay. Never mind.
You scream.
Why?
Oh my gosh. All right. you you just yell in
Why?
exasperation as you look at the wound. It's pretty bad wound. But he's not going to die unless he just needs rest and probably someone to clean his wound. But when you look at it and you're trying to maybe see if the bullet's gone through and through, you accidentally put your finger in there and he just screams in agony. And as you can see him about to pass out from Vidan says, we have proper first aid kit back in the meeting house. Come. Yeah, and you can see some people have kind of gathered here too, kind of watching what's going on. And he yells out to one of them, "Go get the medic." As you guys are brought. Leonard and his men have kind of disappeared someplace. Aiko, you enter this roundhouse. And what would you like to do?
So he's just gonna, yeah, like you said, he's gonna put up some barricades. He still wants to keep an eye, see what he can see over there, but he's basically just telling everybody, hang low. We're gonna stay here until we figure out what's going on.
When you made your way back there, you do see Zuma is also, like, her home is on this little island here. And she came out when she heard the gunfire. And what has happened?
I don't know if this guy's buddies are here to pick him up or somebody else is here, but somebody started some shooting.
It was perhaps it was a mistake to trust you.
The hell are you talking about?
And you will see, as you're kind of bunkered up in your little roundhouse behind some tables that have been upturned, and looking out, you see Leonard and four
Ah.
armed men coming across the bridge. Zuma rushes out to them and says, "What is the meaning of this? What was the gunfire?" And he just looks at her, snarls, and just kind of pushes past her. But then he sees you, Aiko, boarded up in the roundhouse, and the four men behind him raise their rifles. He looks back at Zuma and says, "What is the meaning of this?"
Aiko's gonna grab Mags's gun. He's gonna aim it back.
I don't know if Megs will give up her gun. I'm not gonna allow that.
Aiko tries to reach for it. Gets swatted away.
It's, who are you? Remove yourself from the roundhouse.
Aiko's gonna give this like wide-eyed stare at Yen and just go, and then slowly look back and be like, "As your president, I'm ordering you to put your guns down."
He pulls out his pistol, fires one round into the air. "I will not ask again. Get the fuck out of my roundhouse." And you can see the other four guards raise their rifles.
The Aiko asks Yen, he's like, "I need to listen to this."
Yen steps forward. Says, "Leonard, stop being such an ass and put your toys away, for Christ's sake. You're making this worse for yourself."
Aiko's gonna
she-
be standing right behind her too, like sticking his head over her shoulder, like, "Fucking right."
Leonard looks at you, and he can see Chikondi behind you, cowering behind all that upturned furniture, and says, "Wonderful. Fucking wonderful." And he raises his finger and points at Yen and Zuma and says, "When death comes, and it will come, it will be your heads and not mine. I promise you that."
Aiko's gonna be like, "You know what? I wasn't gonna do it, but you know what? You're getting a citation. Unacceptable. Unacceptable."
He completely ignores you and walks into his home. And the guards stand outside guarding it. Yen looks back at you, Aiko, and says, "I think it's okay to come out now."
Who was that asshat?
Leonard Lespera, he's one of the elders. He's a bit of a hothead. Yeah, he should have retired years ago.
What are your demotion policies here?
Council member can only be removed by unanimous vote from the other.
Keep this in our back pocket. That guy needs to go.
And she walks up to you and says, "Listen, if you really are from Wayland Yutani, if you really are who you say you are, I will do everything within my power to convince the other elders to instate you as an elder of this colony. If I find out you're lying to me, Oh, I can personally rip you a new asshole.
Aiko's gonna pull out his data log and he's gonna show her the like thousands of citations he's written and had notarized and approved, particularly on Carl.
She looks at it and says, "You've been busy."
I have a lot of insubordination in my command. This is the best way to handle it.
Just leave it to me. I'll convince the other elders. You unanimously vote Leonard out and you in.
We get him exiled? I really don't like that.
No, exile is only meant for those who commit heinous crimes against
We'll
our
worry
colony.
about it once I'm on the council.
Just please, you should probably leave the roundhouse now. It is one of our most special places. You're safe. And Zuma says, kind of like almost face palming, says, "Listen, we will summon you all back here at the roundhouse. Maybe give tempers a chance to cool, and we will eat and talk together."
As long as that guy's not there.
You will be there as an elder of this colony. Now, please, your friends, join them. I've shown them their quarters. We'll come fetch you for dinner. And I will make sure your supplies are returned to your ship.
Wait, what do you mean? They were taken? What the hell's going on here?
Everything will be explained at dinner.
Cheeky, let's go.
Viconde kind of scrambles to his feet and follows you out with Andrea and Meg.
Oh, as Yen's walking away, he's just if anybody from my crew asks, just let them know I handled things.
So all of you with Vidan has left as well. You guys are all left to your own devices. Mitch has been taken care of as best he can. He won't die. He just has a bad bullet in his shoulder. But you're all in your bunk now. Captain Drup talks to you, talks to all of you, actually, with the exception of Aiko. Thanks for your help back there. Things got a little tense. I'm not sure about this place anymore. I don't even know if we should stick around for dinner. I'm of the mind that we should just leave.
Yeah, I second that.
I hear what you're saying. I don't trust these folks much neither. Especially not that horrible man with the terrible breath. However, I do think we might want to swing by this colony on the way out of here. Maybe take a look, fix some things up, and earn some goodwill. And maybe we just fly right on by. But don't tell them that's the plan.
Goodwill.
Well, you know, we trade. We barter.
Just
some.
They just shot up the ship.
Yeah, we could have handled him.
Well, there's one other problem to consider. And while I'm not in the habit of agreeing with Miss Group over there, uh, this guy's saying his buddies are going to show up soon, and they're not going to be too happy.
I could see what all y'all are saying, but do we even have enough resources to pack up and move?
There'll
Doesn't
be some
matter.
resources in this colony. Doesn't seem like a downside. We fly over, we make a call then, and we can scramble, we can drop, and come back here, whatever.
What about would you guys say fixing the atmospheric whatever?
That's what we'd be targeting. Fly over low, take a look at the colony, see if we can spot any supplies we could use. Similar for the processor, see if we can turn it on, see if we can strip it.
Could probably
You
strip
know.
that crash ship as well. If they got a working transponder, maybe there's some other stuff working on it.
I mean, we got a map, we got detailed schematics here. We should be able to make short work of this place.
So what? Make sure the atmospheric thing works. Don't come back and tell them and just
No. We're
Fly
going
outta
to tell
here?
them our primary mission to find that crash ship, turn off the transponder. Makes sense? And, salvage rights. Maybe stop by the processor, or maybe after, we'll see what the weather looks like. Maybe check that out too. And then we go our own way. We decide.
Yeah, but who's to say we fix this and then they don't come to us with something else?
Yeah, well, maybe we're more careful next time we engage them.
And Kriya kind of meekly speaks up here and says, if I heard right, I think they're looking for our help. And aside from that asshole with the gun, I think Zuma can be trusted. The others, I mean, aside from Aiko's new lackey, but it's not so bad here.
Oh, you don't mind the smell?
I'm sure once we get the processor up, that won't be an issue.
I hear everybody has different sensitivity to that kind of thing. That's a blessing, Andrea.
I really think you guys misheard what I said. This guy's buddies are coming. That transponder has led them here already. It doesn't matter if we turn it off. We need to get out immediately.
For once, I think I agree with Aiko. Their problems are not our problems. We got our own list of problems we're trying to take care of. We don't need to go adding to the list of shit we got to deal with.
I ain't one for passing up a salvage sniff, but, if I'm outvoted, so be it.
Hey, Cheeky, how much time do you think we have before your space buddies arrive?
Oh, yeah, Cheeky with the quantitative fucking insights over there. He looks reliable.
Wait a minute. Who the fuck is this guy? Were we taking
Yeah.
him with us? Where did he come from?
He knows
Who the
all
hell
about
are
the
you?
crash ship. He's a born-again Wayland Utani staff member.
Crash ship. What?
Wait,
Jesus.
so you were the guy that pulled off the ship?
It was his ship, yeah.
What did I miss when I was being held at gunpoint? Obviously a
A
lot.
lot. You missed a lot. I think we should at least at first hit the ship. Maybe we can salvage some things off of it that might help us, at least to the next stop.
Agree.
I think. All right. Yeah. Scavenge. Whatever, and then get the hell out of here. This colony is divided. It's only a matter of time before it tears itself apart, or whoever you are, his people come and finish him off.
Aiko's going to give Cheeky a nod if he wants to say something.
Conde says, you have a ship. We should leave. Now.
I'm with this guy. Let's get out of here.
This might
So-
sound. Sorry.
Good.
I was just gonna say this might sound mean, but I don't really agree with anyone who worships any of those thingamabobs, those weirdo monsters, and thinks those are gods. No offense, but like, I feel like your judgment might be a little screwed.
I've learned my ways. I've renounced that faith, the evil that I've seen, and the terror that they.
Aiko's gonna cut him off.
instill.
Yeah. We get it. You're traumatized. He's a work in progress, folks. For now, we gotta dodge.
You know, I never thought I'd agree with Heiko, much less some cult pruny of
His name is Cheeky.
Cheeky? Is that really your
Chikonde.
name?
Chikonde, please.
Aiko's gonna give him this evil stare for correcting him.
Captain Lin says, Chikonde, how many people are after you? I don't know. Michaela, what? She and her crew? And then she looks back at the rest of you. This doesn't sound like that many. There's a colony of what? A couple thousand here?
Cheeky, why don't you tell him what they're in control of?
Terror. Worse than death.
A little more specific.
They got more of those things, don't they? Those monsters.
No, there are no sacred ones amongst them.
Yes, Gideon. Monster.
I'm sensing a yet. I feel like right at the end of that.
Captain Lin looks at you and says, listen. There's what? A dozen of them at most on that ship. If they're coming after him at all. There's 1,000 of us. At some point, we got to stop running. Where are we going to keep going? Unless you want to come back with me to the cooperative.
I thought you were staying here.
I
This is
do
your new
plan on staying
homeland.
here. I do plan on staying here.
Oh, then by all means, you can hang out with Cheeky and his divided friends, and when everybody else shows up to kill each other, then you're more than welcome to join in.
Either we make a stand here or we keep running. Running from the mothership, running from whatever this man is running from. We're going to soon run out of places to run. We have a tugboat.
All right, it sounds like we have a data analytics problem. Let's work backward. Cheeky, how many ships does your mother have?
She only has a few, but they're scattered across the system.
And what model ships are these?
They are Hyliades, SEV type ships.
Those tiny. How many people would be in those ships?
It normally carries a crew of 18.
Aiko's gonna kind of look over at Lynn and be like, 18 times 3, 36 at most, throw in a few monsters. Are these ships better than our ships?
Yeah, you guys have a glorified tugboat. They have like there's a proper. It's a big ship.
You know, I'm having an idea myself.
Oh, this will be good.
If we were to invigorate the patronage of our new compatriots here, and they're willing to throw their lives away, I sure as hell ain't. Maybe we could get a ship for us and a ship for them out of this. We can get off of that tin can.
Those things tore Baxter's Reach apart. What do you think they're going to do here?
Tiki, do you think every ship has those well, we call them monsters, but do you think every ship has it on it, or is it just one or two ships?
Looks at you. Doesn't say a word.
Yeah, I'm going to take that as a yes or a good maybe, a solid maybe.
That's why we should at least hit that transponder.
Looks at you when you say that. You what? No. No. Don't. Do not go back to the ship.
Oh god.
Are there some on the ship? Are they already here?
Why didn't you? Aiko's gonna start shaking him like, why didn't you tell me these were already here? What's wrong with you?
Look, it seems like Aiko, you and Cheeky, you might need to get together and have a little powwow. I say,
No. He raises his hands. No. It's just the pods. It's just the pods.
well, that's even worse, to be honest with you.
Wait, just the
The
pod.
reason-
What does that mean?
The reason why Mother Michaela has a number of smaller ships like the one myself and the other escapees stole, they're meant to seed planets throughout the system.
Aiko's gonna put his head next to Chiki's chest. Does he hear like any other sounds in there?
Go ahead and make an observation check.
Oh,
I can just imagine Cheeky's face as you just try to put your head into his chest.
Enemies to lovers, I could see it now.
He looks down at you. What the hell? But you don't. You just hear a rather rapid heartbeat, but it's his own, and that's all you hear. And he says, "No, I do not carry one."
There's more of that goop on the ship.
No. Oop, just the pods.
The pods. I wonder if those are the ones we found at Baxter's Reach.
what's in a pod? Just so we're clear.
Seed.
What is the seed?
For those whom Mother Michaela deems worthy, they are allowed to commune with the pod, and the sacred ones will take them.
Why did your ship crash?
None of us are terribly good pilots.
And did the seed take anyone or has taken anyone on your ship?
No, they are secured quite well.
Is the seed on the ship somewhere else?
Honestly, I don't recall. I lost consciousness when we crashed, and when I regained it, I ran. And there are some horrible creatures in the jungle. And I just ran.
So what I'm hearing is not going to the ship, maybe light scavenging run around the colony, maybe, and getting the fuck out of here.
I think it's look before you leap and look before you land.
Root steps forward and says, I've seen these before, and it sounds like you have too. If what I think is on that ship, then we need to destroy it, or otherwise everybody here is dead.
Destroy it with what, Throop? You said
Yeah,
it
you got
yourself,
any
a glorified
ideas?
tugboat.
They burn. I've got torches. That's all it'll take.
We can look for some flammables in the old colony.
If FICO didn't use them all.
I said the colony, not the head.
I think Gideon's kind of absentmindedly rubbing his bad hand. It goes, I'm with Throop. I think we need to destroy that. We need to get rid of it.
No argument here.
Well, okay. I'm okay with destroying the ship. Let's also take the logs off it before we do.
You can. I'm not stepping foot on there.
Yeah, we can leave some time for that.
Mar, you can't be serious. You're gonna go on that thing?
Well, I
with
mean,
Ico?
I'm not going on the ship. I was setting up the explosives.
All right. As long as we're all on the same page, everyone else here is not expendable. Ico, if you want to go on some suicide mission.
Ico, we'll give you to the count of
I
20.
don't know how to use these hillbilly control panels. Cheeky's going to do it for us.
I'm not going. No.
Yeah, even the cultist
not
doesn't even
going.
want to go, Akko. Even the cultist doesn't want to do your fucking dirty work. Just get over yourself.
I don't want to do your dirty work. Starts playing.
Don't you people have a life debt thing? Come on, I saved your life. Get me your data logs.
What the fuck is a life debt?
You know, I saved his life. He's in debt. It's simple.
Saved whose life?
Hey, we're going to throw him off a cliff.
Well, yeah, you can work that life debt out with him. I don't think any of us are getting on that ship, but I'll gladly burn it to the ground or attempt to.
And burn it to the ground and then check out that processor in the colony, see what we can scavenge. I'm not going anywhere near that thing.
What do we do about dinner? Do we go to dinner? We skip out on dinner. If we don't show up, they're going to know something's up.
There we go. I mean, tensions are already high as it is.
I'm hungry.
Will the people have loaded up our supplies and everything by now, or do they still need more time?
They would have loaded up by now. But not more than what they took off, right? You not like you stopped here for food and water and that kind of thing. They did not load those up.
Well, Otmar said he's hungry, and I could probably eat something
Hopefully
that's not
don't make another move on the ship, although I might like the chance to fuck up Leo, so let's go to dinner.
I'll watch that. I'll pay him good money for that.
Yeah, if Leonard doesn't try to overtake everybody else and take complete control of the colony, but maybe.
That would be just like him.
It does remind me of someone. I forget who, though.
You know that Leonard guy pointed a gun at me? That asshole.
Oh, no. Poor you.
Right?
Jesus.
Ah.
Right. So Throop says, "Okay, let me make sure I have this plan straight. We're going to go to dinner. We're going to agree to turn off the transponder. We won't tell them anything else about what's on there. Just take care of it ourselves. We will destroy them. We're going to go to the air purifier. Fix that for them.
I'm sure Otmar can figure it out.
I think maybe we take a look at that before we stop by the ship. We go on the way.
I mean, if Almar really wants to, I think these people are doomed either way.
We're looking for supplies for ourselves, and, I like fixing things. I can't lie about that.
At least this gives them a fighting chance.
Well, one question. I'm okay with all of this. I'd like to bring one of these damn souls with us. That Yen Yamada's got a lot of potential. I think she should join our crew.
Of course you want to bring your little girlfriend.
She knows
Aren't we
all
overstaffed as it is? We need to lose people.
She knows-
Although maybe we'll have lost enough by the end of this, or we'll need her. Never say
Fine.
never.
We'll leave Mitch. We'll
Well-
bring Yen.
Well, wait a minute, Almar. What if he's onto something? She may know the layout of the air purifier.
Ah, there you go. Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
As much as I'm not giving you credit, Aiko. I'm just saying maybe she may know the ins and outs of it.
Always good to have a guide. Always good to have a fixer.
I mean, we got a map. I'm sure we'll be fine with just that. We don't need to
Yeah,
bring
map.
2 Icos. One's already
Maps.
hard enough.
Map's not going to give us the inside of it, though.
I don't think she's been there, but we can find out. Have no business in a purification system. Although maybe she sabotaged it. I don't know. Who knows what happened?
I was about to question the logistics of that, but I'm just gonna move on.
Captain Lin says, "Okay, I know you guys are all gung ho to do whatever you're going to do, but the fact of the matter is, we have one gun amongst all of us, and it's a goddamn little pistol.
Wait a minute. What about the rifles we had? Did they not give us those back when they raided the ship?
So we just have Mags's gun.
One gun between 6 people.
So
Gideon's gonna pull out his tiny little cutting torch and be like, I got this. I don't know if this will do anything. It's like, hell, I learned that the hard way a couple of times.
I think what we're likely to be facing, it just might help, and I'll bring mine too.
Hey, Yen would know where the armory is. She can help us get some guns.
Would
Cap-
she?
Captain Lin continues. So that's what I'm saying. I think these people need to understand the threat that they face, and that we are here to help them.
What the fuck got into you?
You didn't try to help Baxter's reach.
Believe it or not, South, I was. One day you'll get that into your thick skull of yours.
How do you know this isn't going to throw the whole colony into a panic?
What if we just tell the elders?
And
Guys, do I have to explain what leverage is yet again? We have informational asymmetry. Why are you trying to get rid of that?
Why
Because
are
we
you
need
trying
help.
to, why are you trying to use stuff that literally can kill all these people as fucking leverage? Don't you give a shit, dude?
Don't take my words and put them in actual context.
I'll do whatever the hell I want, man. You're not the boss of me.
Group speaks up and says, Captain Lin is right. We need their help as much as they need ours. They've got the guns, and if what they say is true, that there is this phosgene gas, we'll need suits too.
just a quick thought. What did I wonder if that gas would affect the abominations or whatever the hell you want to call them. I mean, maybe they haven't infected the purification plant. Maybe we could just move in.
Not
Ico's
harm
actually
them.
gonna
Yes, Al,
Ico's,
they've been perfected apparently.
Ico's gonna chip in with some of the information. So he's not going to. He's gonna like too enthusiastically share what he's about to share, and then he's gonna quickly get reserved. Oh yeah, I can guarantee you, they're already immune to that stuff. I've checked.
How?
What? I'm fine.
You said I've checked. What does that mean?
Yeah, I. Don't worry about it.
Last time you said that you tried to use me as a drug mule for that stuff. What do you mean?
Tests, might have run a few tests on the ship. Analyzed.
Droop's eyes suddenly go wide. Oh, fuck. Sample. As she looks at you, Gideon. They must have searched that ship through and they might have found it by now.
Wait
We
a
have
minute.
to tell them what it is.
Where did you put the sample?
It was in my office.
You didn't just space it?
I was trying to find a way to dispose of it safely.
Well, Heiko, there goes your, what'd you call it? Leverage? Yeah, there goes that. Let's
Wait.
tell him. We have to, now. If Leonard has that shit, as far as I'm concerned, he's the only one that has any kind of leverage. We got to tell the others.
Well, why don't you make sure he even has it? How do you even know?
They searched that ship through and through. Troop just said it.
They would have definitely opened a locked drawer.
Or shot it open.
Oh, you
I
had
mean-
it in the locked drawer?
What the
Yes.
fuck did you do?
I didn't do anything. I'm trying to figure out what it is you guys did with this sample that you're supposedly having.
Droop just gives you a funny look, Aiko.
That was the most self-incriminating thing I've ever heard.
Tell me you didn't.
I didn't.
Swear to God.
I'm innocent. Get off my back.
Your voice just changed like 3 octaves. No innocent person does that.
All right, I think we've lost track of the plot, and that this guy's Space Marine mama is coming with these supercharged badass monster thingies to kill us, and we get out of Dodge after we get some fried chicken.
Droop looks at Captain Lin and says, "Would you please do me the honors?" And Captain Lin looks at you, Aiko, gladly, as she's going to approach you.
I'm prepared if she tries to make a move here. I took 2 months of Krav Maga.
She just looks at you and says, "Spread them."
Aiko's just gonna smile like, sure, here you go.
And she's going to start searching you.
Yeah, that's fine. Just for context, the jar is still in my work boots in the ship. In my room.
Like watching a movie.
So technically, they still could have found it if it's in work boots. Which is even worse than a locked drawer.
Not really. How many people are going to take work boots and like look in the...
Dude, these people are desperate. They're gonna take good boots.
Have you ever seen like the police raid a house?
If they took the boots to put them on, that would be more understandable. Oh no! It's Oh no!
Captain Lin, after she searches you, pats you down, and says, "Nothing."
Aiko's gonna have an originally very smug look, but he's now gonna start connecting the dots as to what could have possibly just happened. And he's like, I need to go see every single person that was on that ship right now.
I fucking knew it.
Oh, I'll do, if it's, you want me to do a survival check, can I remember what I saw? Did I see any of those workers at the dock? Did I see any of them wearing my boots?
I'm going to make you roll observation. And I'm going to say you're going to need 3 successes to try and remember the boots that they were wearing.
So that's a definite. They probably did with their successes.
Oh wait, oh
It's
You
only
have total
2.
3 successes.
oh, okay, so it does count the other one.
None of them were wearing your boots.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go check on the ship. You guys go have dinner.
Why don't we all check on the ship? We'll escort you just in case Leonard shows up.
Yeah, Leonard is who he's gonna need to be worried about. God.
Well, I'm gonna go to dinner. If someone doesn't show up, they're gonna know something's up.
Tell him we'll be right there.
Yeah, Otmar, don't let Aiko out of your fucking sight. I didn't like that locked drawer comment he said earlier. Seemed a little off.
You ain't wrong.
So as you guys emerge from your cabin, you all notice, quite obviously, there is one of Leonard's men just kind of leaned up against the meeting house, watching your cabin with his rifle. Back.
Go say hello.
That guy tried to
you go
shoot
say-
us earlier.
Otmar, you go
Sure.
say hello?
We going to the ship or not? Looks around. Stay here if we don't want to go. I'm tired. Wait, we gotta go dinner. We gotta go dinner or the ship. He's gonna let us out of the cabin.
Sure, yeah, Anko. Didn't you just say you were hungry?
I need to change my shoes.
I swear to God. Did you fucking put them in your shoes?
What are you talking about?
That's the first place they will look.
But what? I don't even know what you're talking about. I just need to go and change my shoes right now.
As you guys are having this conversation, South will kind of nudge you guys. Just to remind you that the guard is. I'm assuming he's within earshot.
If you guys talk like low enough, he's still a good like 30 yards away, 30 meters away. So actually, hold on, 30 feet away. I think that's 10 by 10. Oh no, 30 yards. Yeah.
If everybody comes with me, it'll be suspicious. Let me just run in, grab something. I'll come right back out. That's it. I just want to change my shoes. That's all.
Almar, go with him. You're right. Maybe Leonard may show up with his goon squad again.
One of you come with me. Fine. Whatever. If it'll calm your nerves.
It'd make me feel a lot better. I think it'd make everybody feel a lot better.
All right, so
Almar, I'll get you some leftovers.
Go ahead and move yourselves. If you're gonna head to the ship, move your icons or tokens.
Otmar would walk within distance of the guard.
It's the same one you bumped up
Yeah.
against earlier.
How you doing? Yeah. The little one here needs to change his skivvies. We'll be right back.
Blows you a kiss.
Aiko's going to quickly
Otmar
run
likes
over.
that. He gives him a wink.
Ooh, okay.
Aiko's gonna go over to Throop and be like, "Well, if you give me the key, I can check if that goop is still there in the locked drawer."
Fuck no.
Otmar's coming with me.
Otmar, you
No.
want a hand?
My ship, I'm coming with you too.
Yo, you gotta keep an eye on South. Been getting into trouble lately. Can't let him have all the fun by himself.
Fine, you come with me too. Let's just hurry up.
I'm gonna go with. All right, so Lynn, Throop, Aiko, you're gonna head over there.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, remove your panic and stress. You guys have had enough time to get rid of all that. Andrew's gonna go to dinner. I'm going to say, Megs, go
I'm gonna get a dinner too. Is dinner at the Roundhouse or the Meeting House?
at the Roundhouse. Chakande is going to hide in the quarters. He's not going anywhere.
He's not going. He's just gonna hide in the corner.
Yep. Aiko, your head
have
this way.
A quick
Gideon,
For some reason, earlier it said I had panic, but it's not. I can't see. It's not letting me
Oh.
remove it for some reason.
Yeah.
Turn the panic
Oh, there it
on,
is.
set it to 0, and then turn it off.
Okay,
there we go. You're good.
that's why it was so high.
Yeah. We didn't reset it for you.
I've had that too.
Are you going to dinner or the ship, Gideon?
I guess I'll go to dinner if Otmar says he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, Captain Lynn and Throop are going too. Because none of these people trust Aiko.
Asshole.
All right. So, 4 of you, make your way over, and as you arrive, it's quite dark now. It always seems to be raining, and like I said, it's super, super hot here. Even at night, the humidity is just crazy intense. And you see 2 more guards. The ship. Oops, didn't mean that. You can see them. There are some lights kind of strung up around, and there are some like lights still on the ship, and you can clearly see the 2 guards. Group looks back at you, Echo, and says, "Well, we got company. I don't think they're going to let us get on that ship."
Do I recognize these? Were these the guys? Any of these guys with the posse with Leonard? Or are these
Yeah.
different cards? Yeah?
They're the same. Yeah, they're all him. They were all with him. So, Otmar, since you stepped away, just letting you know, as you approach the wicket, you can see there are 2 armed guards stationed outside of it.
Hey,
And when
boys.
I'm sorry?
He would greet them.
All right. They stand up and stretch a bit when you guys are approaching, and they say, "Sorry, folks. No visitors."
Aiko's gonna go up and say, "Look, was just talking with the council, Yen, your big boy Leonard. They said I could go on the ship and just change my shoes.
Or unless I hear it from them, no one's getting on that ship.
I'm just going up there. I'm gonna change my shoes. I'll come right back down. These guys don't even have to come on board. You can keep them right here. You can keep your guns on them while I'm in there. If you hear me
I
doing
wouldn't
anything
prefer
funny
that.
up there, you've got all the leverage." He's also going to start talking about, these are penguin suede leather. Okay, these are one of the rarest, these shoes make more money than this entire colony has generated in its lifetime. Okay, I cannot be slopping around here with these on. I got to go put on my work boot.
Make a manipulation check.
Oh, I was born.
With the one success, you're not pushing. The more successes you make, the more convincing your argument.
Sure.
Right, you got 2 successes. They look at each other and says, shoes, eh? It takes 4 of you to come back to get a pair of shoes.
Like I said, they can stay back here. You can keep your
Nah.
guns on them.
We'd prefer to keep an eye on him. So I need to go as well.
He doesn't need to go. If you feel better, he can stay outside. That's totally fine.
I'll tell you what. You're not allowed on the ship. But I'll do you a solid. I don't want to get your fancy shoes all muddy here. You tell me where they are. What they
No,
look like,
no,
I'll get 'em for
no,
you.
no, 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 no. They're very sentimental. I can't have somebody else touch. My grandfather worked himself to the bone in the mines, and he gave those shoes to me. Can't have anybody else touch them.
All right. Just you.
Yep, that's perfect.
Harvey's going to go with you.
That's fine. Hey, that's totally fine.
All right. Takes a step off the
winning at Ico.
He's going to take a step off the platform. The other guard steps onto the platform and invites you onto there with him, Aiko. Pulls a lever, and you start to rise up into the ship. With Otmar, you're out there with Captain Lin and Throop. This guard just kind of watching you.
Got smoke?
Contest. We ran out of smokes here decades ago.
Haven't figured out how to make them. Let me down.
Look around you, man. We just make enough food here to feed ourselves. Don't have enough to grow tobacco. Right. You got smokes on the ship?
No, we smoked the last of them. Got my old cigar punch, though. Takes a whiff. He hands it to the guy. It's his prized item, so that's an honor. Yeah, I don't know if the guy would appreciate it as such. But
Yeah, he slings his rifle and he takes it from you. A little nod and takes a puff.
Yes, you just gotta it's the thing used to cut a cigar, so it might have a little bit of scent on it, and he would gesture for it back.
Yeah, takes a whiff of it and just.
Let me know if you get to lead on any cigars or anything like that, and I'll do the same for you.
He takes your cigar punch and it's in his pocket. Gives you a nod.
Yeah, he goes up and he's like, I'm afraid you misunderstood. I'm going to need that back. That's my signature item.
Yeah. You're what?
It's on my character sheet, my signature item. That means real important to me. I'm going to need it back now.
Yeah. Real important to me now.
He's going to grab him by the throat.
All right. Go ahead and make a close combat check.
All right.
And this will be unopposed since he's not expecting that violent reaction. All right, you have one success. You have a choice. You can either use that success to grapple him or do damage to him.
He's trying to get the thing back. So if he could push and actually abscond
Get a second success, yeah.
So he's gonna try that. He's
All right.
So
with
that's
2
not an
success-
additional success, is it? Because it's still just
Yeah, it is.
one in each roll
It's
for
two.
me.
It's two.
Okay. So I thought it. Okay, cool. So 2. So he would just forcibly get the thing and then push him away like he's offended, like that he even
All right.
shared it with them in the first place.
You can see that it rolled one less die.
7 dice, 6. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It says you have a total of 2 successes at the very bottom.
It does say
And,
that. Okay. Perfect.
And so you reach into his coat pocket, grab your lighter, give him a shove back. He immediately unslings his rifle.
All right. He would pull his knife at that point and just like end this guy.
Droop steps forward. Boys, it's just a fucking cigar punch.
It's mine. That's an important distinction. I gave it to him to enjoy a moment with. Fucking took it from me?
Are you holding like a knife to his throat as you say that?
No, he's got his knife drawn and he's got his rifle unslung, and he's like, if you raise that, you know, there's gonna be sparks.
Otmar, you got your punch back. We're
Yeah.
cool.
Okay. He would sheath his knife and nod to the guard to do the same.
He still has his rifle unslung, but doesn't have it leveled at you now. He just kind of puts it to the ground.
Hmm.
He's watching you though, Captain Lin. She's got the grin ear to ear. He leans into you, Otmar. Says, "I would have bet on you."
Appreciate that, but you know, I don't do.
Ask, do you think Aiko's gonna get out of that ship alive? I don't.
Those boots are really small. They're hard to find.
All right. Aiko, are you still there?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. You are now aboard the Wicket with Harvey behind you.
So, what's your name, friend?
Harvey, come on, get your boots.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I guess I'll start walking towards my room area.
He's following a few steps behind you.
So I'll go there. I'll go and grab my boots there, and then I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna change into my overalls. You mind giving me like just a quick second? They're right here. I'm just gonna swap them out. You can see there's nothing here. Like I'll let him come in the room. Like I'll show him. There's nothing here. It's a bare bones room.
All right. So while he's gonna stand in the doorway watching you.
He's gonna watch me.
He's gonna watch you.
So I'm gonna like strip down in my underwear. And I'm like, can I have like 1 minute of privacy, please?
Looking at you.
All right, so he'll switch his overalls on, and then for his boots, he's gonna act like he's undoing the laces, but he's gonna try to feel in. Does he feel his package in there still?
It is still in there.
So Aiko's gonna kind of like turn, so he's like at an obscure angle, and like while I'm starting to put my boot on, I'm gonna like slip the package kind of like into my sleeve, kind of thing.
I'm gonna make a roll. You only have 3 dice, but he sees what you're doing. Is what you got there?
Oh. I need a minute to think.
You're gonna stab him with it. I know. This is not gonna go well.
I don't want to do that.
What you got there, sir? Hand it over. He holds his hand out. He's got his rifle out in the other hand.
Oh, I literally need a minute to think here. This is the situation.
All right, I'm gonna move this.
Yes. Change of scene.
All right, I'm gonna move to south, back in the roundhouse, south in Gideon. You see, Leonard is in fact there with the other elders, and he has one guard with him. You're all invited in. There's a big round table in this house. It's been put back together since Aiko upturned all the furniture. Well, and Vidan seems to be at the head of the table. And welcome, please. I'm terribly sorry about what happened earlier, but let us sit, let us eat, let us discuss matters as guests. And he looks around and says, where are the rest of you?
They're helping Aiko. He wanted to spruce up for dinner. And Throop wanted to make sure everything got put back on the ship in an orderly fashion.
See Leonard look to the guard, give him a nod, and the guard leaves the room.
I'm pretty sure Aiko doesn't need your help to change. They'll be right here.
Very well. Let's get started without him then. Please.
No. Where's he going, Leonard? To raid our ship again? Your men are not welcome on that ship.
Leonard says, I sent him to make sure your friends are okay.
No, you sent him to go shoot the ship up again, just like you did the last time when I trusted you. Remember that? You broke that trust.
Raises it. No, gentlemen. Gentlemen, we are here to discuss.
No. You tell him to bring his ass back here and sit at dinner with the rest of us, Leonard.
You seem to misunderstand the situation.
And I think you seem to misunderstand the fact that we're not working on your purifiers if you don't bring them back. You can sit up here on your bluffs the whole rest of your life. Doesn't make a difference to me.
Dan just kind of sighs and puts his face into the palms of his hands. He looks a little dejected. And Zuma speaks up and says, addressing you, Gideon, does he speak for all of you?
I guess, yeah, everyone's a little sore at the fact that you literally shot up the ship and shot one of our crew.
That is unfortunate. As she can't casts a menacing glance back at Leonard. We will try to make amends for that. But in the meantime, I think we have an opportunity here. We need help, and so do you.
I mean, we don't need your help. We would like your help.
Leonard speaks up and says, well, based on what I could tell on your ship, you had enough food on there to last you maybe a week. You can starve yourself in dark space as far as I can.
Probably would have had a lot more if you wouldn't have put fucking bullet holes in it.
Steven says, okay. Leonard, I think it's only prudent that you apologize. You can see Leonard just grinding his teeth at the prospect of having to apologize.
I think at this point, Scott's going to do one of these. He's going to be like, what was that?
Gideon's just sitting there like, yes.
Leonard says, fine, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm just looking out for my folks here, and we've been taken advantage of far too often over the past few years. You've lost your colony. And I'm sorry for that, but I don't want the same fate to happen to mine.
Good enough for me. What about you, South?
What was the guy that got shot?
Mitch?
Mitch. I don't know, Mitch. Seem good enough for you?
Mitch isn't there. He's
Oh.
hanging back in the.
Damn it.
Sorry.
That would have been really good,
I
though.
was hoping that guard that shot Mitch was the guard who left, because I was going to get him to come back to apologize to Mitch.
All right, no, it's just you getting Andrea, Megs. Actually, Megs is back there too.
That would have been really good, though.
Three of you.
All right. Look, maybe we got off on the wrong foot. You had me fooled at the beginning with the whole we're prospectors thing, but hardworking men like us. Yeah, well, maybe we can retcon that and start over. But I'm telling you right now, if that man steps foot on the ship and it comes back with even more bullet holes, we're not helping you at all. You can fix your own air purifiers. You can deal with whatever savages or cultists or whatever. You're dealing with it on your own. And the rest of us are getting back on our ship and we're pulling freight.
Leonard says, well, the elders, including myself, have a proposition for you. Whether I like it or not, you have a ship that we cannot pilot. And we have the weapons that will protect you when you're out there, as well as supplies that you need. So here's our proposition. I will send my men to accompany you, protect you as you work on the air purifier and disable the transponder.
Your men are going to protect us or tabs on?
It is in their best interest as well as ours that you succeed in your mission.
How many would you give us?
4.
I don't know. Gideon, you think we should tell him about the mutant infestation, or
I think that might be smart. They at least deserve to know.
you guys? How do I put it?
I think he got.
You may. Go ahead.
Sorry. We were talking with that guy who was in the crash ship. We think he might have had some egg thingies that might have had some monster thingy-bobobs in them.
Look at one another. And Zuma says, what do you mean, egg thingamabobbers?
what did he call them? Getting
I don't know.
seeds, something like that. Pods.
Yeah. Frank called
Sounds
them
like you
pods.
guys got bigger fishes to fry. To be honest with you,
What are these things? Are they a threat?
They could pretty much destroy everything here.
not well. Yeah, that well. Yeah, they're not a threat currently. I don't think.
Leonard's
At least from what the cultist guy tells us.
Zuma. Damn it, I knew it. And Leonard says, I told you we should have thrown that bastard off the cliff.
To be fair, that bastard is the only reason why we know that they're here, that they're in the old ship. So if you would have thrown them off the cliff, you'd have never known and went on living your lives oblivious to the threat that lays right in front of you. So,
I mean, from what we've heard, they're pretty easy to destroy too. You just need to burn them real good, I think.
How do you know that he was not sent here intentionally as a spy or as an agent for this cult of his to plant his bioweapon?
I mean, he seems pretty scared shitless, to be honest. So,
We've kind of had a run in with these cultists before, and he's not acting like one of them.
Juma says, you mentioned you were running from someone. Who are you running from?
the people who nuked our colony.
And why would they be after you?
We didn't see entirely eye to eye.
Who are they?
The cooperative. Gonna straight throw him under the bus.
Kenny's gonna like briefly be like, wait, what? Oh shit.
I didn't tell him anything about Wayland, about the mothership, nothing. I mean, technically, we were on the run from the cooperatives. I mean, not a lie.
Kenny's gonna do a double take and then be like, oh crap, we're lying. Okay, I could do this.
Cooperative. Who are the cooperative?
They tried to take over our colony. At first, it started off as a simple trade agreement. Then tensions started to boil. You know how it is. One person wants more than the other can give. You know, that kind of thing.
Raiders.
Pretty
Not
much.
at first, but yeah, pretty much.
Just with a lot more ships.
They're coming here.
You better hope not.
We're a simple colony, barely surviving in a hostile planet. We have 6 weapons. We cannot defend ourselves against.
That's what they thrive on. They find out what you need. Again, like I said, it started out as a very simple trade agreement. And then when they had our trust, they took advantage of it. Kind of like you, Leonard.
Ooh.
Leonard says, I could have taken care of these interlopers. We could take care of them too.
You're going to need more than, what'd you say, 3 weapons, 4 weapons? You're going to need more than that. And more importantly, you're going to
military
need clean
ships.
air.
We
Ain't
know
no
this
way.
planet. They don't.
Yeah.
They can
But
have
can you
all
hide
the ships
from
in the
nuke?
world, but they can't land here.
What happens when they start nuking each settlement one by one just to weed you out?
Now, why would they nuke us? Why would they nuke your colony for that matter?
I didn't stick around long enough to ask. We ran. Got the fuck out of there with, what, 5 survivors getting, I think, is what we brought back from Baxter's Reach. 6. We found the ship. We ran. Never looked back. Try not to look back.
Yen looks at Andrea. Says, "Now you're off quiet. I'm gonna have Gideon make a manipulation check."
Always
Why?
go for the
Of
weak
course
link,
it's me.
Andrea. Damn it.
Of course you pick me. Okay.
You'll get +1 for for South's help. To see if Andrea falls in line with your lie or gives you up.
Andrea, I swear to God, I'm going to space you.
Oh.
I
don't know
taught you to
why
lie
I
better than
threw the
this,
wicket.
Gideon. I'm very disappointed.
Can I push?
Mm-hmm. Are you sure
Okay.
you're rolling as yourself? I see
I am. I'm on my
TR and R wicket.
Yeah, I'm on my
Character
Gee, I
sheet?
don't know why it's rolling as wicket.
Yeah,
Odd.
it's been doing that on the Fallout game too. Like she'll roll something and it'll roll into like character or I don't know. Founder's weird.
Weird. Okay.
I can
Okay.
roll again.
No. Go ahead. As long as the dice match your skill, that I'm good.
Okay. Pray for me. Ooh, push. Okay, it's not letting me push. Like, I'm hitting
Odd.
the push button and it's not doing anything.
Okay. Hold on. Listen to me. Yeah, you are Gideon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. Okay. I'll push for you. Is that okay if I push for you? How about this? You
Yeah,
just
you're having better luck than me.
just actually increase your stress by 1
Oh,
and roll again.
okay.
That's effectively pushing.
Nope.
All right.
I can't lie worse shit, sorry.
It's not. It's you. It's Andrea. It's
Oh.
not even Gideon.
So a number of dice doesn't match. Now you're rolling 5. You were rolling 6 before. Something's off. What is your manipulation skill?
It was
it's at
+1 because of
1.
South's help, though. I think wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and roll one more d6.
Okay.
This is going to be the one.
Yes, this is it. I could feel it. Never mind.
Oh, it was a 6 for half a second there. Andrea says, she kind of turns her neck and lifts her hair. I kind of helped the cooperative. I thought they would save our colony. I didn't think it would turn out that way. They killed my brother. If I could do things over again, maybe I would have done things differently, but that doesn't change the fact that my brother is dead and our home is gone. And as much as I want to blame the cooperative for all our misery, they did not nuke Baxter's Reach. And all the elders' eyes kind of look at you, South and Gideon.
That lie was going so good till right there at the end. We said, I was like, yes, maybe it'll work.
It is just like slowly scooching away from Zelt. Like, I was not a part of this.
So it would seem, this is Zuma, that you're not being honest with us. Andrew just looks over at you, South, and just, sorry.
He's like, it's okay, me too.
I really want to look at Andrew and be like, really? Really?
Who's coming?
Well, tell himself.
There's a mothership coming. Delania.
Whose mothership? There's no colony big enough in the far spinwards.
Oh, there is.
They're from Earth.
From the middle heavens.
And once they find out y'all have been infested, I guess is the best word to say it, they'll send a crew down. They'll investigate it. They'll get whatever their crews can gather as far as information, and they'll nuke you.
Wait. They're from the middle heavens. That means isolation is over. That means
You're missing the point. They're going to nuke you. It doesn't matter if isolation is over. They get what they need, and they're going to destroy your colony.
why would they do that?
You please feel free to ask them when they get here. You can ask them all the questions you want. We're going to make sure we're not here when they get here.
Andrea just says, popping beetles.
Andrea, I'd give anything for you to stop talking.
Gideon's just gonna silently start covering his arm, just like.
So what do popping beetles?
Yes, they're. I don't know. I'd been on my colony for. I mean, I'd grown up there. I'd never seen these beetles before. They come out of a
Pod?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, shit got crazy. We were at a science facility. Things went haywire. The cooperative was there. Things are kind of blurry.
It's the very same pods that are on that crashed ship.
I don't know. I haven't physically laid eyes on the pods that are in that ship.
Wait,
They're
so
probably similar.
So we have Farthest, who's trying to seed colonies out here, spreading these pods about. And we have a mothership in the middle heavens that is here to nuke colonies with these pods.
Yeah, maybe.
Al, why don't we just
so
tell him?
it's simple. It's simple then. We just
Okay.
destroy the pods.
Gideon, tell him.
The real reason that Baxter's Reach was nuked was because there was this compound, something with this stuff in it, and this stuff distorts things, creates things. It created those beetles, so we think something similar might have created the eggs on the crash ship, and they nuked Baxter's Reach because of it and killed everyone there.
Idan finally takes his face out of his hands and looks up and says, So it's true what Chikante was saying.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. And
then what can we do?
We may
burn it.
And that's what we'll do. You'll go, you'll take your ship, you'll take Leonard's men, you'll go destroy the transponder, burn those pods, and give them no reason to come here, no reason for the Middle Heavens to destroy our colony.
We'll do what we can. We can't promise, though, that even if we burn the pods, that they won't show up. But if they do, and we do manage to burn the pods, you tell them your people did it. You don't tell them anything about us.
Don't intend on staying then.
Staying was never an option.
They look at each other, and Vidan says, "Thank you for your time. If you don't mind, we as elders must have a chat to discuss how we would like to approach this. Please, you're welcome to go back to your quarters if you like."
I understand. I was told there would be food, though. I haven't had a home cooked meal in what feels like forever, and I would love just a meal.
Of course, we'll have it delivered to your quarters.
Thank you.
We got room service.
And as you guys get up to leave, Andrea just kind of leans over. I think that went well, right?
Andrea?
Could have gone better.
I don't even. The lie was sold, Andrea, till you just had to say something. You had it up until the end. When you said, I don't think the cooperative really had anything to do with it. You just had to add that part in there.
South, you just started lying out of nowhere. How do you expect us to keep up?
Well, I can't. I didn't want to give them the whole truth. If I gave them the whole truth.
Well, what's wrong with giving them the whole truth?
These
They got
people
the same
shut
stuff.
our shit up.
Not all of them. Only that one asshole. Like with Simon.
Where there's one asshole, there's more, just like with Simon.
That shuts Andrea up.
I don't have.
Andrea, just next time, you can tell the truth, just not the whole truth, like what I did.
I'm with you, Andrea. Why? What?
I'm going to go back to the wicket now. Aiko. Harvey is standing there waiting for you to hand him whatever you picked up from your boot.
Aiko's gonna sit back on the bed and gonna take out the vial and show him, and he's just gonna nonchalantly say, "Well, friend, you're in a bit of a pickle. You've already been exposed. Now, for some people, it takes a few minutes. For some, it can take up to an hour. But without the antidote, your blood is basically going to boil from the inside out. That itch you feel at the back of your throat right now, that means it's starting."
Can you make a manipulation check?
Certainly.
And he says, "What the fuck do you mean? And what is that shit?" And he lowers his rifle and he's aiming it at you.
Well, I'm going to pull. So Aiko's going to go over and pull out his corporate letter of certification to show that he's the real deal. Now, you are from a Wayland-Yutani colony, so you should at least recognize what this is. I am actually, as I said I always was, a president in the Wayland-Yutani division, and this is known as a bioagent failsafe. All CEOs above a certain level are vaccinated against this pathogen. You are not. But if you're nice to me, I might give you the vaccine. But you're going to have to give me that gun right now. Clock's ticking.
No, this.
Aiko's just going to sit back and.
He looks at you. He looks at the vial. He starts to. What? Give me the vaccine. And he raised the gun and he's pointing at you. Give me the fucking vaccine.
All right, I'll sling the gun. I'll take him over to the closest.
No. He's not giving you the gun. He's pointing it at you.
Oh, hey, Look, you either give me the gun or we're both done here.
That you and just fuck you, and he throws the gun down.
Good boy. I'll pick it up. I'll sling it. I'll march him over to our med bay area. Do we have like a chloroform or something like that?
Yeah, it's not even a real med. It's not even a real med bay. It's basically a small little room with a first aid kit. It's not.
Yeah. Is there anything like is there any chemicals or stuff I could like gerrymander just to like knock this guy out for a bit?
I'm gonna make you make a medical aid check.
Ooh. It's not aid, I can assure you.
That's just to see if you can recognize any kind of medicine
I'm gonna-
in here that. No, you have clueless in here. You have no idea.
Oh,
Holy
I got
shit.
one. I got one. Two.
2 successes. All right. With 2 successes, you find no chloroform or anything like that, but you do find things like sleeping pills, things to help people sleep.
All right, I'll mix that up into a little drink for him. I'll be like, all right, drink this.
All right. I'm going to make a roll for it. Yeah, he's clueless.
He's gonna be happier that way. Trust me.
All
I
right.
actually don't know how heavy I dosed him, so I hope I don't kill him.
All right. So he grabs the pills that you give him and just throws it back in the, with a glass of water. And what? Why the fuck are you carrying that shit on this ship?
Well, I'll start going into this like obscure lecture about like corporate leverage and office politics. Just kind of talk him until he falls asleep.
Okay. What now?
How is the gun something I can hide?
No, it's a rifle.
All right. So I'm gonna sling the rifle. I'm gonna start dragging this guy out of the ship. I'm gonna bring him down with me, and then I'm gonna yeah. I'll start off with just like kind of saying, "Hey guys, we need some help here."
All right. So it's a platform that lowers from the ship. So you hit the lever, hit the button, it starts to lower.
And I've hid the vial, by the way.
Okay. And Otmar, you see that as the platform lowers, Harvey, now disarmed with Aiko with the rifle slung over his shoulder, and the guard in front of you saying, "What the fuck, Harvey?" As he swings his gun around.
To me,
Yeah, to face you.
I could be like, "Your friend here just started freaking out like a lunatic, screaming, ranting, and raving, and then he just passed out. He needs medical attention."
I'm just going to make a quick strength check for this guy. Yeah, he's passed out. And the guard says, "What the fuck did you do to him?" And he's got his rifle trained on you. You drop that gun right now.
Well, hold on there, sir. Hold on. Echo's going to pull out his special little vial now that he's close enough to him. Do you see what this is?
Rolls her eyes. Captain Lynn's eyes go wide. Otmar, how would you like to react when you see this?
He kind of squints a little bit at Aiko.
Echo's just gonna give it he's gonna give them a subtle hand signal to just like be cool.
Guards looking at you. What the fuck is that? What did you do to Harvey?
Harvey's gonna be absolutely fine. But if you don't drop that gun, everybody here's gonna die.
By the way, you do see another guard.
Oh,
He's
that's
crossed,
fine. That's
and
fine.
he's approaching you.
That's fine. I'm ready to dance.
Can you make a actually manipulation or command? I'll
Let's
let you
start with a
choose.
command because that'll let me use my perk. So my command to him first is, you are going to give that gun to Otmar. Oh yeah. Oop, I didn't mean to click it. You can go with that first one.
He looks at you and looks at Otmar. What is this bullshit? He looks past you, Otmar, and sees another guard like running, hoofing it across the field towards you. Goes, what the fuck is going on here? And he's motioning at you, Aiko, to step away from the guard. That Harvey. But with those 2 successes, when you tell him to give the gun to Otmar, he's like, the fuck you say that was again?
Oh, this is a pathogen that would kill every single living thing on this planet.
He puts his gun and unslings it and hands it to you, Otmar. Raises his hand and says, "You're fucking terrorists." And
I'm a
he
CEO.
yells across the field, "Luke, stay away. They're terrorists. They're here to kill us all." And you see the guard just kind of stop halfway, sees what's going on, hears his friend yell, starts running back. And
Okay, guys, I have a plan.
You would have just
What a-
screwed up everything we've been trying
I have
to
a
do.
plan.
What a role reversal. I finally got things calmed down at the roundhouse. Shit has hit the fan at the ship.
You can blame Mr. 3-Die Eagle Eye, all right?
yeah,
And
the
your
odds of
first-
him seeing something.
Your first thought was to drug him?
Otmar was going to strip search him just on the other side of the bridge, so it's better that it went this way.
Well, at least you both have guns now.
Okay, number one, and I didn't want to bring it up yet, but y'all don't appreciate. I like tripled our gun supply. That's the most we've had. You don't understand how important this is. But I do have a plan. I will save it for next week, but I have a legitimate plan.
I have a really hard time trusting you now.
You don't have to trust, you just have to believe.
just don't trust. Just believe.
Trust.
Very, very Ico. I love it.
All right. Oh yeah, I'm still streaming. So bye guys, and we'll
Yeah.
see you guys in a week.